Yo, what up? It's B-Cide. I've talked a lot recently about MonSter. Where the album came from, what it means to me, the risks that I took making it. But, the other side of this question is this, and it's what do I actually hope people take away from MonSter? Now obviously the album was shaped by living with multiple sclerosis because that's the reality of my life, and it influenced the way I wrote a lot of these songs. But MonSter was never really meant to only speak to people with disabilities. The real idea behind this album is something bigger than that. It's about invisible battles. Everybody is fighting something. For some people, it's illness. For some people, it's anxiety or depression. For some people, it's financial pressure, loss, addiction, family struggles, or just trying to survive a hard season in life. You know, most of the time, the world can't see those things. And that's what a lot of these songs are really about. You know, I'm making these songs about pain, resilience, fighting through things that feel overwhelming, trying to find strength in when life gets heavy. So, what I hope people take away from MonSter is simple. I hope people feel understood. I hope someone hears a lyric and thinks, okay, I'm not the only one dealing with something like this. And maybe the music helps them push through a tough day or helps them sit with something that they're going through. That's always been the reason I make music in the first place. Not just to entertain people, but to connect people, who are fighting their own battles, no matter what those battles might actually look like. And I do try and not specifically talk about what a certain song is about because I like to have people have their own reactions about it. Because what I wrote the song about and what you might necessarily think the song is about might be two totally different things, and I don't really want to ruin the experience. So I really tend to think that once the song goes out, that it's no longer mine and it's made for you, and that's what it's for. Once it goes out of my control, it can mean whatever it wants to mean to you. you know and that's just what it is. I try not to push my beliefs about what the song is about onto my fans. That's just basically what it is. So, I want y'all to stay strong, stay wicked, like, subscribe, comment. Peace out. It's B-Side.